Graduation Puzzle. The idea behind Graduation Puzzle is to help you figure out which pieces of your major, so all of your courses, and how they fit in with the entirety of your degree. So as a whole, it will be included in a game, but it is not a game in itself. The final product is going to be a spreadsheet that lines out each semester with which classes you're taking, why you're taking them, and how many credits are in each one. To get some of that information, you would have to contact people in your department, get information from them specifically, or as a whole. The electrical department has a brochure that they hand out that gives you the typical class schedule for somebody who's coming in with no credit or anything like that. I came in with certain credits that allowed me to advance, so I needed a little more guidance than what could be given to me with this brochure. So I went through and put in the courses I knew I needed, like Circuits 1 and Circuits 2. Obviously, you can kind of tell that they have to go in succession. So I already knew the prerequisites and co-requisites for those kind of courses. So I started putting those into my spreadsheet, all of the ones that were really easy to figure out. But then there were things like electronics, and what do I need to take before I can take electronics, and how will that all fit in? So I started placing easy ones. I emailed some of my professors and got some information on where I could put some of the little more complex scheduling, and I started putting those in. And once I had all of the medium and easy courses to put into my schedule, I was able to start putting in blocks for where my senior electives would go and things like that. So when it came time to register either a semester early or whatever, so that you didn't have to worry about getting your courses, I knew exactly what I had to go get. And I knew how many credits I was taking, I knew which labs I would have, because as an electrical, just about every class after my sophomore year is going to have lab. So I kind of need to know how many of those I'm going to be taking at one time. So after you have all that, you can start putting information into your spreadsheet as to course descriptions, stuff like that, so you can kind of see where you're going with each class and see how it adds to your major as a whole. Because I didn't really know what some of these classes for me were going to be taking me and what I was going to be learning in them. So I really didn't know what to do with them. After I figured out the descriptions of them and how they would all tie together later, I was able to have a better idea of where my major was going. And I had a better idea of what I'd be learning each semester, so that I didn't just go in blind, just guessing. And once you start putting in the descriptions and stuff and you start seeing all of that, you can start getting an idea of what you would want to do for a senior design project or anything like that. And that ties in better with my course proposal, where this would get you started on figuring out what you want to do for a senior design project. And then you can propose your project, your experiments, everything like that. So when you actually come around to doing senior design, you have an idea of what you want to do, and if that's something you don't want to do anymore, at least you'll know that. So the benefits of this, basically, it takes you from not knowing anything about what you're going to be scheduling and what you're going to be doing to knowing exactly the courses that you need before you have to go and register for them, so you don't have to wait for your advisor or anything like that, and then have issues with the class being full or things like that, to knowing exactly what you need and being able to register for them, and you can cope with any changes made. Because I know my department will switch classes around based on information they're getting from graduating seniors as to which classes should be taken before these other ones, because there was confusion and stuff like that. And knowing the changes beforehand, you can see how that will affect your schedule, and you can alter that schedule pretty easily after that. Are there any questions?